Okay, I've turned myself up. I'm just going to test out a few things, folks. Okay, I've turned myself up. I'm just going to test out a few things, folks. Oh no, that sounds pretty good actually. I can hear the playback though, so I'm going to turn this down. Okay, we'll tweak it on the go if need be, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, everything looks good. Okay, so for everyone here currently, this is not technically my first ever stream. I've done a couple of them before at the beginning of the year for Avowed, but this will be the first stream I've done in a very, very long time. Hence why there's no flashy bits on screen or anything. It's just going to be pretty bland. All we're doing is we're streaming from probably say now through till about 8:30. So my time it's 6:15 now, so maybe 2 hour long stream, maybe a little bit longer. And really, the reason we're doing it is Nexon got in touch with me very recently in regards to the Khazan Berserker box, which they very kindly gave away to me and a handful of other content creators very recently. And essentially they've said if we do a 2 hour long stream, 2 hours or more, then they will give me a Berserker box, which I can give away to any one of you folks. And that's exactly what we're doing here today. So if I seem a little bit off, if I seem a little bit not like a streamer, if I seem a little bit nervous or anything along those lines, it's just because I probably am. I don't usually do this, I'm outside of my comfort zone, but we're going to do it. I want the Berserker box to give away, which would be really nice. There's some details in the description of this video, but aside from that, I'm not too sure what we're even getting up to. I haven't played this game in months now. I've been playing a little bit of Where Winds Meet just recently. I've had an awful lot going on, to be honest. So, Where Winds Meet quite a bit just recently. The controls will be different, but I won't be too rusty. But I've got like I've got to refresh myself on this. I can kind of remember what I was doing and how we were built. And I've got to go through this ever so briefly. A wiser man would have done this before the stream, but here we are. If I just read through, I made a guide on this a fair few months back, so it should kind of be fresh in my head. Mortal blow, charged attack, stamina recovery. Enraged is received damage, decrease, charged attack, yeah, lots of charged attacks. Mortal blow is good. It's just staying very aggressive. Let's see what's going on with the comments over here. Yeah, thank you very much for jumping in straight away. I didn't expect. I'm not entirely too certain how this stream's going to go, to be honest with you. We don't stream. We script videos. We churn them out week by week, month by month. So I'm not entirely too sure how today's going to go. What we're doing at the minute is, before we get carried away with the build, we're going to check this out. I saved it for the stream today. This is the most recent giveaway from the devs. Let's go ahead and just claim all of these. I don't know how good this stuff's going to be in terms of stats. Let's have a look. Max stamina. Stamina recovery rate is pretty good. Stamina damage increase. Netherworld's energy increase by 1. What does it do for... Okay. It's not bad. We'll go check it out down here though. Two new haircuts. So earlier on in the year we'd be given these ones. Which aren't too bad. I've never really used them. I've had female Khazan on pretty much exclusively since she was released. So these are the 2 new ones. They're not bad. And here's the new helmet. We'll go ahead and throw the rest of this on real quick. And weapons too, right? Yeah. It's pretty good. Quite flashy, but as are a bunch of the other armor sets in this game. That's not bad. We'll very quickly... I'm probably going to be running this playthrough as female Khazan anyway, so... There's a very brief look at the male stuff there. Last time we were on, as you can see, I had the pumpkin head for Khazan just a minute ago. Last time I had this game booted up, we were just showcasing the previous skins you could get. For now, I'm going to have a look at this new set. So these were the previous haircuts we had. Which are what they are. I didn't know they were these 2 here. I'm not too sure what these are. I'm a little bit out of the loop. There's a little bit of news that I don't know about. But I'll look into that shortly. These are the new ones we've received over the past few days. Goes through the sword there. There we go. Oh wait, no, I can't. I'll try this. Oh no, that was futile. Anyway, let's have a little look over here. And then the helmet itself. And then what we'll do very quickly is... Yeah, not bad. We'll sport it for a little bit. At the very least. I just wanted to have a look very quickly at the beginning of this stream because I was kind of saving it for this stream. Hadn't looked at it myself in depth properly. Not like this anyway. So next on the agenda is figuring out what we're supposed to be doing. Can't remember where I left this playthrough off. This is a new game plus run. Doesn't look like we're up there yet. I think we're still on the first region. Let's have a look. Oh, we're not very far at all. Let's have a look. We've done these 2. We've just got to go M bars. We've done most of M bars. We got to Depths of the Forgotten Temple, wherever I left myself. It might just be a boss fight. Let's see here. Let's change this around. And then, right, just got to refresh myself. Buttons very cool. A's dash. Okay. Doing a lot of brink guarding with right bumper on where winds meet, so this is left bumper instead. That's going to take a minute to get into. I think dash on where winds meet is circle on PlayStation, which is where B is on Xbox, so that's not great. It's A on this, which we'll figure out. Well, we're strong to say the least. Just rely on the raw damage. It's, he's gonna pop. I'll get it with time. I've just got to remember the small little nuances to finger. I remember if you're going to do a light attack with greatsword, you need to dash first and you can get it straight out, as opposed to how slow this is. But it's just remembering. But instead of standing there and practicing for, say, 5-10 minutes, we're just going to go in. Okay. We'll see how this goes. What's this? Dirty. It. Okay, I remember that. I remember that too. That was just instinct. Oh, that's pretty good. Just in a split second, I just had to remember what the button prompt was, and it just kind of came to me. It's quite nice. These got to face this way. Yeah, Khazan's not getting Game of the Year. It's just too small, man. It just simply will not get enough votes compared to what we've had this year as well. As far as single player is concerned, everyone's focus is basically on Expedition 33. Well, mine is, anyway. As much as I love Khazan, kind of got to give it to Expedition 33. Including just sheer volume of people interested in the game and the franchise as a whole now. Compared to Khazan, it's just too big. And then for multiplayer games, you've got like Arc Raiders, which I've been playing a ton of just recently, which again, just far too big in comparison for a lot of great games just on a much smaller scale. It's when its own unique, much smaller rewards though. I was meant to double check the announcement before starting the stream so I didn't have to kind of research it halfway through, but just recently they did announce they won 2 awards. Just not awards on any kind of global scale. Ah, these guys. That's the wrong button. Just give one of these a go. Might prove. Yeah, I still got it. It is New Game Plus, so we are super strong, but kinda still got it, which is nice. I think. Does this way double back, or does it? Yeah. That's just a double back. We can rest up if we wanted. We don't want to. See if we can make it through to the next one without healing. Wow, without using up all of our heals. Just need to do this instead. Too clunky with the button. There we go. Very easy. Right, this will be fun. Okay, so unlike Where Winds Meet, there we go. We'll run it back, it's fine. Unlike Where Winds Meet, you can't kind of animation cancel to block. I'd forgotten that on this you have to actually time your animations, which we'll get. Buttons. Okay. That's what I've been trying to do. There we go. Maybe I should change it. Obviously I set it up for right bumper to be these, and then right trigger just to be this. But I keep pressing right trigger for the abilities. Again, it's just a habit from Where Winds Meet. So I'm trying to do like right trigger X and it's doing nothing. I'm just taking a hit instead. Anything? What we got? If I'm not mistaken, we're pulling up on Viper soon.
Good. We've stopped the energy escaping.
I am rusty and Viper is a notorious roadblock, so I don't actually know how tonight's gonna go. Forgot about this, I wasn't expecting it to be that long, Jesus. Alright, I'd have prepared something to say if I known we were just going to sit there in silence together for a little while. Yeah, my buttons are just way off. We'll get that. Just walk over, get free hit. Do I not need to pull this? Or is it just not activated yet? Gotta go down here, right? I can't remember. I actually can't. It's been so long. Oh, we've already done that one. Yeah, of course. Right, you come up this way. You have to fight this guy. You go that way, kill them, pull the lever, go down there. And you come back through this way, and then you open up the boss room. Okay, we're here sooner than I thought. Fun! Can we? Oh yeah, what were we doing? Let's have a look. I think I was good for stamina. We've got quite a lot of stamina recovery rate. I don't think I was trying to raise net. I think I might have been doing proficiency, to be honest. Or maybe just pumping strength. 10, 6... New Game Plus, we're going to pump Vitality. We were never going to go 60, but I think we will. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. I can't remember what I was going to do with this build. Don't want to risk losing them, though. I don't want to get too sweaty in the boss fight. I'm just hoping to get through it whilst we're still on stream. We'll go strength. We'll say we were going for 70 strength anyway. Why not? We're not going to look at anything else. We're not going to be tempted by the summon. We're just going to give this a go. I'm going to sit up straight a little bit, so I might be a little bit further away from the mic here.
What is
see how we go.
Powerful energy. The leader of the dragon.
Yo man, how's this game? Love a Souls-like. Love Wu Chang, so might buy it. I don't know, this might not be the greatest representation of it because this is New Game Plus, so we're awfully strong and so is the upcoming boss. How do I create my damage windows again? How do we do that? Not there. Okay. Yeah, okay, we just need to get the stagger. Right? Yeah. Did they leap? No, no. Where's the jump? No, we're too slow. Gotta dodge that. Forgot about that. Please don't kill me. Do this. Just to get this, come out of this. There you go. Probably won't do it on this phase, on this attempt, but we'll certainly give it a go. Okay. I can't remember what he does. just had one of them. Jesus. Fairly certain I get an opening at some point. Yeah, here. That wasn't much of one. Oh. Please. Dude. I can't remember what he does. Okay, we're good. Yeah. One of these. There we go. Whew. Okay. Maybe I'm a little bit too critical of myself. I thought that was going to be a couple of runs at least. In all fairness, this is a good build. Not to toot my own horn, but it's just reliable. You don't have to worry about any of like the... let's have a look. You don't need to use this, which is insanely strong, but unless you're going to sit there and actually learn how to use it and like really practice it against each different enemy type, then it's a little bit hit and miss. You really need to master it for it to get its full use out of it, and I just really couldn't be bothered to, not with how much I was playing and how many different things I was doing. So I just went for like a Brink Guard build instead. So you just bump your... Wow, I'm such a high level, I've basically got everything pumped. I don't put points in anything I don't need, and now we've just got excess. But you do go for the Brink Guard skills over here, and then you just Brink Guard everything like I just did in that fight, and you can kind of like stagger your way through, which I've always liked. I'll go through this for the sake of doing so. There we go. What we got here?
You've opened a way to the realm of the living.
Thank
Lord
you
Charon
for the
commands
heads
me
up.
to help the Phantom.
Devis will
I
fix that
suppose
right
that means
now.
I have to help you too.
Okay, I don't know how that's going to be now, but
by the authority given to me by Lord Charon.
if I drown out the game or if the game drowns out me, then
You know about the red stones,
just let me know and I'll
the
tweak it on my
or
end.
the
Alright, more stuff to do. Let's make sure we got space. Can't remember where to look. Oh, here we go. Yeah, plenty. Was it not moving? There we go. What am I missing? I probably should have went through... the conversation. Let's see what's going on.
souls. Now that you're it, you can and in mortal, bring it to. You've unlocked all the soulstone effects. You've unlocked all the soulstone.
Yeah, we don't have any. We're maxed out.
There are no more effects left.
I think I might need to run in here and grab a quest. Let's have a little look around.
Looks like we're...
No, it wouldn't be them.
I'll be with you. I'm right here.
I brought make good now.
Who do I
I am
need to
embrace
speak
you so that
to?
we cover this- Yes, if you need.
There we go. This guy. We're just bringing ourselves up to speed on what these are again. Oh yeah, they added the. They eventually added items that allowed us to teleport wherever we wanted, kind of. But I remember originally we couldn't fast travel back. You had to run to a blade nexus, so you really needed to know your way around levels. That was a nightmare. We have, I believe it's pronounced Prow Village, so I'm gonna go there now. And we are just going to go chop our way through. Just before I lock in on this level, just whilst everyone who is watching the stream currently, as you can see, there are a couple of comments that say Merry Christmas. We are giving away, I always say we. I am giving away a Khazan Berserker box and a deluxe edition of Khazan for any region or any platform. It depends on who wins it. It will be kind of catered to whatever you need should you win. And then I'm also giving away 2 standard editions of Khazan as well. So 3 copies in total. The deluxe edition comes with a Khazan Berserker box, like a unique giveaway from Nexon themselves. All of the information is in a video on my channel. It's the most recent Khazan video, so it's within like the past 7 days. You can't miss it. It's got giveaway either on the title or on the thumbnail. It's also linked in the description of this stream, so you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. But for anyone who wants to take part, just subscribe to the channel, comment Merry Christmas either below or below that video. And I believe I said sometime between the 1st of December and the 5th of December, I will have eventually gone through numbering everyone, and then I'll do like a little live stream for 5-10 minutes where we just spin a wheel, everyone's got a number, and we'll roll 3 winners. And best of luck to you all. And I'll probably announce that a couple of more times during the stream, just whilst we're doing what we're doing, as new people kind of come and go. We'll see how we do. We have a level. Pump it into strength, because I can see myself dying and losing. I can see this going horribly wrong at some point, just because of how rusty I am. It's gone exceptionally well so far, to be honest.
No, Jen, that's not. I know. The dragon.
I'm sorry if you care about any of this. I've played through this game so many times that I really, really do not. So, I'm going to go this way first. This is all like kind of side content. Come around here and do all of this. Oh, boys. I forgot about that. Did I kill it? No. Forgot they existed, to be honest. Which way did we just come through? That way. There? Yeah. This could be fun. Jump at me. Oh, I messed up. Oh well. We still got that. One of these. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons again. I would cleave through this so much easier if I just spent half a day playing and then streamed. But I forgot how strong you are in New Game Plus, especially with like a refined build. You got no use for skill points anymore. Oh, too slow. I forgot about it until it was too late. But you can throw a javelin at them. Jesus. As they're charging. That didn't work. Ah, we'll kill it the old-fashioned way. There we go. As they're charging, you can just hit them with a charged javelin. And just puts them out for the count completely. Careful. Alright.
You are agitated because of this power.
couldn't remember which... I knew they were around here. I couldn't remember which ones they were. I also couldn't remember how to get them to come out of the ground, but we figured it out. But again, with New Game Plus, it's... You are kind of at the point where you can just burst everything. If you can stagger it long enough, it doesn't really get a chance to fight back. There's only like a handful of fights per level that are, like, I guess, difficult, you could say. Oh, it's like continuous. There we go. I thought it was just going to do like one projectile. We don't really care for the loot. I don't want to waste any time having to sift through it all, figure out what I want to be putting on, what I want to upgrade. If I'm going to do a 2-hour stream, or just over 2-hour stream, for the Berserker box giveaway, then I'm not going to waste it looking at numbers and stats. I'm going to do gameplay. As potentially embarrassing as that could be for me if things go completely wrong or if I make a fool of myself, but... Okay, there was nothing up here other than the Soul Stone. We don't need to worry about any collectibles. We've already got them on the previous playthrough. I'm just going to double check this cave, make sure we didn't miss anything. Was there a way to the left? Yeah, there was, but it was where we went anyway. Okay. Remember the first time I ever played, I was stuck here for a good 10-15 minutes not knowing that you needed to go here. That was almost a full year ago. Well, not quite. 8 or 9 months. I'm not skipping them, by the way. It just seems to be doing it south. Like that. I don't need to. Cool. Find the hole in the floor. Don't fall. Everything hits incredibly hard. Even just the lesser enemies with lesser weapons. I didn't really want to increase the vitality any more than I had. More or less just as a little bit of a statement, but I might have to. This is still in like incredibly early game in the grand scheme of things. You see me? Bro, I used to just line up this. There's still one more guy to go over there. Man, I have ran this so many times. This person get killed? Yeah. It's all fairly simple. There's that big guy there. I forgot his move set. But there's a... Just gotta knock him, one sec. Let's just concentrate on it for 2 seconds. Dodge that. Press the wrong button to dodge for a start. Not great. There we go. Yeah, there's like a thing for Brinkguard and 30 of his attacks in a row. So I could kind of half remember his moveset, but still rusty.
Bastards! We've got to hold them off!
Right, unlock the shortcut. Don't need to take it. Just send it over. Oh yeah, he calls his boys, throw stuff. Oh, that worked. That's too bad. Let's do a bit of this. As something I didn't spend enough time in my entirety of playing Khazan is the Phantom Form. I literally just use it like most people do as like a get out of jail free card if I was going to die. And then we might need to go back down actually, and then just use it, get some free damage. Oop. Never mind. Still got me. We have to figure this out. 1 sec. Alright, we're good. Nearly killed me. We don't really care for anything else. And make sure we don't die. It's poison, basically. Probably not. Nice.
The beacon's been lit.
This is the new set, Tafagus, that I'm wearing right now.
Die if he doesn't.
Well, this is the female variant of it anyway, so you can just imagine this, but a bit bulkier and a bit more masculine looking for Khazan. This is the great sword for it as well. We'll use it, because I know what's coming up. Big Lightning Elite Boy. Coming up soon. Let's have a quick look. What we got on? Frontal Assault, damage increase. Oh, we've got this on because we're just leveling it up. It's level 20. We've done a lot of these. Well, I say a lot. We've done a few. And I think the last time I was just kind of taking a few that are still kind of useful for me. Just leveling them up until they're done and then switching over. This has still got one level to go. One of these. Oh, that might kill me. Have to deal with that. There we go. Where's that coming from? Oh yeah, I see. Just me being too hasty. A massive noob walking into fire. Get out of it. Big guy on the other side of that door. I'm gonna have to go get through him in a few moments. Believe it or not, I tried to guard his attacks, but it just didn't work. I've always noticed with these games, I'm way better at blocking the attacks of like the bigger enemies or like the harder enemies. And when it comes to the little ones, I deal with their attack patterns so little that it's not even worth trying to block them and learn. Just give it a nice dodge if you can. And then slaughter them as quick as you can. Right, no point coming here, I don't think. But I'm just being thorough. Even though it's New Game Plus, I still want all the items on the way. Alright. Not an issue, it turns out. Yeah, gotta go up a bit. There it is. No, don't need that. Yeah, I remember you. Man, I used to be so good at timing their attacks. And now I'm just all hoping for the best. No, not through there. Can we get through here? I think it's just another variant of this map I'm thinking about. Maybe it's on this side. No, you can't get through them on this level. Okay. I forgot you could do this, and I've been missing my opportunity to do so for a little while. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Empty, empty, empty. Big guy up here. Same dude as before. The Brink Guard 30 attacks guy. But I think because we got him from the back. Oh wait, no. Ah, we missed the chain. Oh, we still got it. Cool. No. Nearly done him in style. I was gonna. But I missed that Brink Guard. I didn't feel like doing it. But we are at the boss now. Volbano, I think is how you say it. Volbano. Let's go see how we get on. I can't remember how to stagger it. Certainly not like it, yeah. Come on up. I remember that attack now. Okay. Brink Guard, get the attacks in, wait for the big attacks, get a stagger off, chain into the stagger, get as much damage off as you can until you're either out of whatever that orange resource is at the bottom of the screen, I can't remember. Or stamina. I remember now. Was this a thing? Did they always leave it outside the boss room? I feel like they did. Forgot about that. It's nice. got to be a better way to deal with that. I can't remember what it is though. Really. I'm just waiting for him to do something I can take advantage of. Better. Can't remember if I need to go up there or not. I know he does all the fire stuff. Oh. Yes, now. Betrayed by my... Oh, this could be bad. Okay, that was lucky. I haven't got fire on, so we're just going to try our hardest not to get burnt. He's built it up, great. Take advantage of that, I remember. I'm gonna have to fight through it. Come on. Okay. I'll be honest, that was a combination of a lack of preparation and a tiny, tinsy-wincy little bit of panic, because I was quite comfortable throughout the whole thing, but as soon as the fire came on, I put a fair bit of pressure on that fight that I didn't want. Let's go back in. It's a good first phase though. I don't know if he hurt me until he got his fire online, so it's not bad for someone who's not played for like a solid 4 or 5 months. It's pretty good. I thought would be a lot worse than we are for this stream. So it's quite nice we're not that bad. Let's see how we go. I need to heal every bit just in case. That's my opening every time. No, it's not. Apparently it's not. Nice if it was, but it's not. I really wish I wasn't in this position. There we go. Wrong one. I used a lot in that. I used the healing by accident. All living. Oh, that hurt so much. Oh, I used the wrong button. I didn't even get rid of the flame. I've got to press down on the D-pad. Jesus Christ. I just realised I used like 4 healing up in this fight. Thinking I was using it for items. Okay. I don't remember that. Okay. It's over now. I don't know how often I'd seen that fight where he throws it and then launches the hammer afterwards. Maybe I've seen it a very, very long time ago, but I don't remember that at all. Yeah, we're not getting too sweaty on the boss fights, but as you can see, I'm pretty comfortable in them. I've played this game so goddamn much. It's everyone's favourite. Can't gloss over Elamaine. Move to the next. Hey, Side of M. If you're still there, buddy, I seen your comment just before I went into that boss fight just then. So it wasn't a good time to reply. This is the Berserker box and Khazan Deluxe Edition giveaway stream. You can comment Merry Christmas below, or there's a link to the video in the description where you'll get the full details of the giveaway in there. You can comment below that as well, and please subscribe to the channel too. Doing so will enter you into a prize giveaway that will be held someday between the 1st and 5th of December. But to be honest, it's more than likely going to be like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th, because I'm going to take a couple of days collecting everyone's names, numbering all the names, and there will be, I don't know, 200-300 potential winners, so it's a fair bit for me to do. Number everyone, and then sometime around the 5th of December, I'll do a little live stream on the channel. I'll probably make a public post too, and I'll be announcing 3 winners of the giveaway. The first place, which will probably be drawn last, is a... I don't know what to call it. It's like a unique Khazan Berserker box giveaway. It comes with like a keyring, a poster, and a t-shirt for Khazan. And maybe something else I'm forgetting too. But it's pretty cool. I got sent one by Nexon. The video that's linked in the description of this stream has me unboxing mine. So if you are interested, just go check out that video at some point. And yeah, either comment Merry Christmas below on this video or that one to enter. First place gets that box as well as the deluxe edition for Khazan. I'll have it for whatever stream and whatever region you're from, so that can all be worked out once you have been announced as the winner, whoever you may be. And then second and third place are they're just standard editions of Khazan. A game, region, and platform can be figured out once winners have basically been announced. I'll reach out and then we'll figure out all the finer details together, and then hopefully sometime before or during Christmas we'll have it all sorted out and you guys will have your rewards. Probably going to bring that up once or twice. I should have wrote a script so I could just read straight off. I'm not doing all these ums and ahs and ers, but it is what it is. You'll all have to make do.
This cave.
And for the time being, in order to earn the Berserker box, myself to give away, Nexon have asked me that I kindly do a longer than 2-hour stream celebrating Khazan and some of the recent awards that it had, and the fact that it has been nominated for Game of the Year too. It is certainly my nomination this year. Not just for everything it's done for the channel, but yeah, I've played an ungodly amount. In terms of like Souls-like games, it's not 100% what I'd usually go for. And I think there's maybe 1 or 2 other games out there that slightly edge. Hang on. I'm going to get wrecked by spiders if I don't concentrate to a little extent. Big fan of Dark Souls 1 growing up, and then 2, and then 3. And this has a lot of kind of similarities and stuff, but just way faster. I love this for the speed of the game. I love it for the complexities and the combos that you can have, chaining everything together. First playthrough is fantastic. First playthrough before you're too overpowered. Very good balance, I found. On the hardest difficulty, anyway. See how much damage that spider just did? It's the weakest of foes. It's doing like 1/6 of my health bar. I need to figure out like a lazy new game plus strat for killing these spiders, because I already know they're going to be a problem. I've dealt with them so much. When I'm making guide videos, as you can imagine, if you come here to make a guide video and you're like, okay guys, come over here to look for this item. It's like, and then next you come over here and they'll be, okay, it's not on this map. There's another variant of this map where there is an item there. Be like, oh, come through here and deal with the spider and get the item. If you imagine when you go in and your objective is to create a guide telling people where to go, you're doing that region after region, it gets to a point where you just kind of can't be bothered to fight things anymore. You can't open that. And I know through, can't use this yet now. Let's have a look. Right, slow down. No. And I know from experience that just trying to lazily run through this area and grind through these mobs for the purposes of making like a guide video or something to that effect is just kind of half remembering things as we go. I know from experience that these spiders are not to be messed with. If you kind of... I forgot about this. So what we'll be doing through this cave is respecting the spider. Because it will quite easily mess me up. Let's see. I'm going to mess myself up. I'm doing it again, guys. I'm sorry. I've played through this area so much that I just can't be bothered. Not that I can't be bothered, but it's the... I want to get through this platforming part because I know there's more coming. I know there's bats that I've got to block and dodge. I'm also not remembering correctly. So just got to slow down before every edge. We can take it nice. And then we can speed up. There's bats here if I'm not mistaken. No. It was the one below. We go this way. We can maybe get... Yep.
Why must this awful place be the fastest route to Millennium?
I am having a lovely holiday season game on with Tony. Thank you very much, buddy. I mean, we're only just getting into it as of tomorrow. But yeah, as you can imagine, with this job, I've been in the holiday spirit for the past couple of weeks now. I don't have any colleagues to annoy me. Play Christmas songs so I can kind of celebrate Christmas how I like. Just nice and quietly. And gaming. Right, we got bats up here. Notoriously always kill me. I don't know why. They just do. So we're just gonna... Where are they? Come on. Nope. Right, we're gonna run it. Okay, we dodged them entirely. I don't know whether I just wasn't close enough. I don't know whether they bugged out. But we'll take it. Unlock this. Have a good little drink. Tell you what, folks, we're about over halfway through this stream, and it's turned out way better than I thought it would. The concurrent viewers, at the minute we got 13, but I think one of them may be me. So we'll put that down to like, oh, it's just gone up to 14, so yeah, it is 13. Nice. We've got 112 views, so that's 10% of people that have came through have stayed. It's not bad. Not bad for like, I don't know, quote-unquote first ever stream, kind of. Average view duration is 5.5 minutes or so. Which is pretty good. Oh no! The real boss. Okay. We forgot. We're just gonna... We're just trying to brute force it, but it's not happening. Please don't throw me off the edge. There we go. Heal. Not bad. If I'd have remembered, I'd have just charged up one of these. And then ran over before it got back to its feet. Or wings, rather. But... I was too busy talking about whatever I was just talking about, which I can't even remember now. Okay, just mindlessly kill most of the things we come across. If you ever play Khazan, there's a soul stone right there that you might miss. There's a jarling in this room as well. I don't know if it's this level or a different variant of it. Do I have to kill these, or are they... No, they just die. It's nice. I thought they might have got back to their feet, but they don't. If I'm not mistaken, do charged attacks... Do I have something where charged attacks recover... No, stamina recovery from charged attacks. Enraged. Charged attack damage increase. Enraged. What's the pot? What does the pot do for me again? Oh yeah, set item requirement decreased by 1. Which means we do actually get the buff at the very bottom that says 6 mortal blow damage increase. We do actually get that, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am. One sec. No, of course we don't. We don't. Because we only have 4 pieces on. It's counted as 5. It's got the helmet icon grayed out, and that's because It's like a little special one. To get the 6th, we'd need to do sword, but we have Fugitive Mage. Charged attack, damage increase. Why do we have Fugitive Mage? What's this? Oh, that's why. Because these two come as a part of a 3-part set. But using the helmet, it brings the set bonuses down to just needing 2 pieces. So you can get the Brink Guard set bonus and the charged attack set bonus just by having these 2 equipped and that helmet. And then we can get, I don't care about mortal blow damage increase 20%. It's not bad, but it's not the be all and end all. Everything else is really good. But I could put the sword on. Charged attack damage increase 10% over mortal blow damage increase, which this is better because charged attacks for this build are incredibly strong. Because I'm kind of reminding myself of all of this as we go. But the reason being is the charged attacks increase damage as well as the stamina recovery. So long as you're recovering stamina, you're able to just keep throwing out attacks more often. And then the way that I've got this build is this attack can be charged. This one can be charged. And so can... I'm not sure about that one actually. This one can though. And when you're charging them, there's something else I've got that I can't remember where it's built in, but you kind of... Oh, that's it. It's this skill right here. Let me have a look. It is the one that looks like a big flame. Let's find it. This one. Inner Fury. So, call forth energy from the earth below to pummel nearby. Call forth energy from the earth below to pummel nearby enemies. Erupt with energy to gain an effect that increases charging speed for 15 seconds. Charge the skill to consume 1 additional Fury charge and increase the skill's damage. The middle one where it says erupt with energy to gain an effect that increases charging speed for 15 seconds. Maybe I'm wrong then. If it's not that one, maybe it's the... Let me have a look. That did not say what I thought it was going to say. It's this one over here that I think it might be. Briefly gain an effect that allows you to radiate... Yeah, this is it. So after using this ability, you briefly gain an effect that allows you to radiate Blade Phantom's energy and damages nearby enemies when charging a skill. So if you watch the little clip that's playing, should happen round about right now. See them 2 pulse waves that came out as you were charging, as in the clip, Khazan was charging the skill. It won't do it now. I'm going to leave it running just so we can see it again. So we'll charge his attack here. Boom, boom, bang. So those extra pulses, they keep the enemy staggered, they deal a little bit more damage, they just basically keep your chained attacks chained for longer with the greatsword whilst you're charging up those big attacks. Without Phantom Knight's Veil, you basically can't do it with the greatsword. Like, you need to spec into this at some point and start using it. And then what that tends to do is you tend to kind of open fights with this. Now, I've been messing up because in the back of my head I thought it was this, which I've got on right bumper and X, which is like a good AoE. The good thing about... I don't think I'll be able to do it here because I haven't got enough energy. But the good thing about it is you can kind of do it and it just does damage around you whilst you then chain into something else. So you could be attacking whilst it's happening. What we'll do... Oh, I know what I didn't do. I think it's my jewellery that charged attacks increase how much of that yellow resource at the bottom I get back. So as you can see, I'm back up to 3 already. If I just do charged attacks on enemies like this and then like this. Oh, that one, if I fully charge it, that actually costs. But if I just do... Okay, got a bit carried away. Spent loads of it. Give it to him. He might be coming over, but for the time being, if we go into gear, these 2, yeah, Brink Guard, Fury Accumulation, and Charged Attack, Fury Accumulation. That was it. I remember. That's why I said about the Brink Guarding in boss fights and how I call it, like, just a very lazy playstyle. You don't have to get completely sweaty on some of the harder skills or techniques to pull off, but you can just Brink Guard and accumulate Fury with every one. And then with every charged attack you do, you accumulate that Fury too. However, you have to hit an enemy to accumulate the Fury. Like now, for instance. So if I just do it now, it won't go off. Okay, it's going up gradually because of another passive I have. It's just stopped. Now if I do it now, we gain nothing. We have to walk over. Now we gain some. So once you're built like this, it's just stupidly strong. You've always got fury to use your abilities. Your abilities being some of the strongest damage and stagger potential that you can throw out. And then it kind of creates like a cycle where you just don't run out. Hence why if there's anyone here who's seen me fight a couple of the bosses already, you'll see like those long damage windows that I'm able to create for myself by just chaining attack after attack after attack. It's all basically through everything coming together. Like the like if we do this, now if I just charged attack now, that pulse that came out just before the attack did, that is just so important for momentum. If you don't, I feel like I've missed something here whilst I've been waffling on. Yeah, I have the ladder. If you don't have that, then keeping momentum up with the greatsword is just a lot harder. You kind of just can't go into the charged attacks. Whenever you do, you need like a big window in order to do them. Otherwise, whichever enemy that you're using it on is just going to do whatever as you're charging your attack. They're just going to, 9 times out of 10, hit you. Which is always something I didn't like about the build, because it felt like there are a handful of skills that if you don't spec into and if you don't take them, then you're just, it's just going to be very suboptimal with the greatsword. Whereas I always prefer it where you can like kind of mix and match a lot, and more or less everything is mostly viable. I much prefer that as opposed to there being like a defined meta to things. If you are playing through, that's got an item there. I didn't realise it would on New Game Plus. I think there's a second one. Any enemies here? No. Yeah, the second one there. I thought one of these were, but there very well could be. It could be like a collectible item that I already have, so it's just not spawning. I don't know if there's 2 or 3 down here. It might just be 2. But it would appear that regardless of playthrough, they are here. This is, I don't know how many new people we've got coming in and out. This is a New Game Plus playthrough with a very refined and put together build. I'm nothing more than an average gamer in the grand scheme of things, but the build is pretty good. I do have to admit. Also very lazy. That's why I like it so much. No, there's not a bat here. On a variation of this map, there is a bat that you have to fight here, but it's not now. It's a shortcut right back to the beginning. Which we're going to take full advantage of. Oh, I see I've got a notification over chat. I didn't realise. I've been missing like the past few messages. Glad you were recharging your batteries for the holiday as well. You were talking about stream stats for your first stream. Is this your game of the year for 2025? Yeah, absolutely. Khazan is 100% my game of the year of 2025. I think the only other runner-up would be Expedition 33, but I played it far less than I've played Khazan. And as great as that game is, between how much I enjoyed playing this game, both prior to it releasing with the demo and after release, and then everything it's done for the channel, and then just recently Nexon have contacted me, sent me a Berserker box. It's just kind of gone full circle where, how could it not be my game of the year, right? But, and yeah, as for first stream, this is, whilst not technically my first ever stream, pardon me, not long after, I can't remember if it was before or after Khazan released, I did an Avowed guide series, and obviously Avowed flopped hard, so that didn't really go anywhere, but at the same time I was doing streaming, maybe 6-hour sessions 3 times a week, and I realised very quickly that maybe I don't like streaming. The numbers weren't very good overall, I weren't enjoying the game after a little while, and through just a combination of factors, but largely the one being that I just didn't have the time to do it. Put in 18 plus hours a week into streaming when you're trying to, I don't know, I've got a game, I've got to think of video ideas, I've got to script the video, I've got to record it all, I've got to chop up the audio, I've got to then either collect footage or find footage that I've already got, and then chop all of that up, and then I've got to edit, and then everything else, and make a thumbnail. I just found that I didn't have the time to do both, so it was one or the other. I kind of started off making guides and videos, not streaming. So I figured if I have to choose one, I'm just going to continue making videos for the rest of the year. Which is what I've done. And we're only streaming today because Nexon have said we'll give you a Berserker box to give away to your subs if you go ahead and do a stream that's longer than 2 hours. So that is exactly what we're doing. I'm going to mute up very quickly. I need to run to the toilet before I have an accident. I'll be back in just 2 seconds. I think this is how I mute it. I'm not sure. Hello folks, I am back. We just get comfortable. I've been at a slight angle on this TV this whole stream, so let me try and fix this. That's about as good as it's getting, I think. There we go. Right, where were we? We used the checkpoint. We didn't rest up. We probably should. I'm going to. For anyone new tuning into the stream, we are doing a Christmas giveaway. Give me 2 seconds here before I announce all this. 1 sec. Let me figure this out. We'll do Vitality. We're going to take it up to 60. We have decided. Because these enemies are hitting too hard. And later on, they're going to hit much harder. Dodge all these for now. Yeah, we're doing a Berserker box giveaway for Khazan, as well as a deluxe edition for one lucky winner. Essentially to... I shouldn't try and do both at once. Let me focus up. Right. We're doing a giveaway. To enter, you need to comment Merry Christmas below on this stream. Then, between the 1st of December and the 5th, I will do a live stream where I announce all of the winners via a random wheel spin. First place, even though there isn't really a first, second or third, first place will be for the deluxe box, as well as a deluxe edition of Khazan for any region or platform that you need. And second and third place will be standard editions of Khazan for any region or platform that you need. So between the 1st and the 5th, I'll announce all 3 winners. I'll probably announce like the 3rd winner, then the 2nd winner, then we'll do the big prize last. And then afterwards, I'll reach out to you all. We'll iron out the finer details on just how I'm getting the key and the box sent over to whoever wins it, as well as everything else. And hopefully we have all of that sorted before Christmas, which would be nice. And again, to take part, just comment Merry Christmas below this stream, or go to the video that's in the description of this stream and comment it there, where you'll find more details, where I'm concentrating a lot more on the details of said contest in that video too. I don't know how they do it. I honestly don't know
Things must be getting worse.
how full-time streamers focus on talking about something whilst doing anything else. I mean, I can multitask, but this is a bit... I don't get it. This feels like a bit much. I think, like, as a gamer as well, I like to just chill. Find myself kind of in my own head a lot whilst gaming. We're using the wrong items here, one sec. And whenever I've streamed, I've always noticed I'm just always distracted. I'm like, oh, have I just gone 5 minutes without talking? Is that a bad thing? Then it kind of becomes so much. Rather just make videos, it seems like the safer option. But, having said that, this stream has gone a lot better than I thought it would. In terms of just numbers and whatnot. Oh, this guy. Let's go. Keep forgetting about the grab. And he's dead. Again, like I say, it's just like a lazy playstyle. We could afford to take hits. We could afford to trade every now and then. You know, if you just can't be bothered to block the next attack, you can kind of, 9 times out of 10, just take it. Throw out some damage. Hope it staggers the enemy. Just a very lazy take on things. Just before that spider interrupted what I was saying, I was going to say, this stream has turned out so well. It's not the greatest of all streams, but it's a lot better than I thought it would go. I might do it again. Maybe not for Khazan, I'm not too sure. It's not the most popular game anymore. Never really was. And I'm not really an exceptional gamer. There's nothing I can really bring to it that other people haven't already. So it would be more just reliant on me. And I'm not entirely too sure or confident that there's enough about me to allure enough people for me to, quote unquote, waste my time streaming, if that makes sense. Yeah. Merry Christmas. I am Afro Kuman Gaming from the Discord. I am playing Where Winds Meet. Stream Where Winds Meet. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So maybe. We're doing a lot of Arc Raiders. We're doing a lot of Where Winds Meet. I haven't been streaming because I'm just not a streamer. It's just not what I do. It's not how I've built the foundations of this channel. So it has to be me. It has to be worth me doing. It's not a case of like not being confident enough doing it, because through doing things you just become more confident anyway. I mean, look at the channel, for instance, right? I don't know how many people know or don't know this, but I've never created a YouTube channel before up until, let me do the maths here a little bit. basically the summer of last year, I came out of semi-long-term employment and was like, what do I do? I can't keep doing this for the rest of my life. Like, I was playing a lot of Elden Ring PvP. I was just invading people, bored every day, whilst I was looking for a job. And I don't know what possessed me to do it, but I just decided to download some video editing software, take some of my PvP clips from Elden Ring and just start mashing them into videos. And they didn't do very well. They got like a couple of hundred views on YouTube. I only made like a handful of Elden Ring videos, but it just kind of gave me a taste. And then through doing that for a few weeks, I think it took me like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks to make my first video. Just an absurd amount of time. Once I'd done it for a few months, I eventually made the Space Marines video. I tried dodging that. Damn it. Made a Space Marine guide video that gained like a couple of thousand views. And up until that point, I think I had like, what, less than 20 subs. But then when I did the Space Marines 2 guide video... Dodge. There we go. I did like 5 more, and through those videos, and maybe a handful of other Space Marines 2 guide videos, over maybe the course of like 6-7 weeks, maybe 8. And then when all was said and done, I had like 300 and something subscribers, so I kind of had a taste for making guides. I kind of had a taste for videos gaining a couple of thousand views, and then I really didn't know what I was going to do next. I was just kind of stuck on Space Marine 2, and it kind of lost its hype. It wasn't a very big channel when I first started doing videos. I was very slow. There just wasn't much room there for me whatsoever. But then, Stalker 2 came out. I played it for like 3-4 days straight. Was really struggling on what to make for a guide video. Made the Lesser Zone guide video. And I think within like maybe the 2 or 3 days of having published the Lesser Zone guide video, I think it only did a couple of hundred views. And I was working on some other concepts for like some other type of guide videos for the game. And then out of nowhere on day 3 it just blew up. I think over the course of one day it went from like a couple of hundred views up to like close to 20k. And I was like, oh damn, okay. So I very quickly wrapped up on everything else I was doing. I always try to wrap up on every project I'm doing if I've committed to it before moving on. Just as like a work ethic thing. Don't always succeed, but for the most part, I've done pretty well. So I wrapped up on what I was doing and then started making other guide videos for every other region in Stalker 2. And 3 months later, by the time that was all said and done, I'd gone from the 300 subscribers to basically 3,000. And that was just before Khazan came along. I remember just after the Stalker 2 guide series, I was like, now what? I've kind of become monetized, I've got thousands of subs. Fair few 100,000 worth of views between all my videos. The Stalker 2 guide series was still bringing in a fair few views per day. Like between like I think 60 something videos combined. So it was kind of just pulling its weight for a little while for me. And then Khazan demo. Played it, fell in love with the game, managed to get in the content creator program because at that point I had a couple of thousand subs. This isn't any. I remember this one. And then, yeah, everything since then is just history, man. Alright. I think just after Khazan we might have tried Avowed, or we tried doing the Avowed guide series and streaming just before Khazan. I can't remember. It's been a very long year. But point of all of that was a very long and incredibly enduring tangent of mine, but the point of it all was to say I'm sitting on 12,000 subs, or just over, and as I've just explained, I didn't even start video editing until summer last year. Don't get me wrong, when I was a lot younger I did like a little bit of graphics design, a little bit of video editing and stuff like that, but nothing to this degree. And I went years and years and years without ever editing, or I mean, I've never wrote a script before in my life up until doing this channel, basically. I don't know. I guess there's some kind of anything's possible within there. And I can't even remember what the original point I was going to make was. But I think it was something to do with, you just got to throw yourself in. You just got to, like, commit and do it to the best of your abilities. And endure. And then through time, like, you should see me video edit now compared to 16 months ago. I'm way faster. I'm by no means, like, incredible at it. Or what I'd even consider good. I don't spend enough time, like, refining the art of it. But in terms of speed, and being able to get things done, as far as work's concerned, I tried going for that, missed it. Keep trying to block that, it don't work. I'm going to be lazy with it. Okay, heal up. Are we poisoned? No. This actually ain't necessarily all that bad for it, to be honest with you. This lazy playstyle where I can kind of afford to make mistakes and be distracted while streaming. But yeah, the point of all of that, I think, was I might start streaming. I'm not going to get good at it until I do it. I know that. I didn't think it was really going to be worth my time, energy, or effort. But this stream's turned out pretty well. I'm happy to see so many people stopping on by. Oh. Wrong one. Keep pressing down for all consumables, but I need to press... I mean, I keep pressing up for my consumables, but that's just exclusive to healing on this game. I need to actually be pressing down to use some of the utility consumables and stuff. Okay, plenty of loot. And now, if I'm not mistaken, as distracted as I was going through all of that, we've just got the boss now. I think, or maybe a section between this and the boss, I'm not sure. I think this is just the boss now. Yeah.
The stench of those other worlds.
I remember.
It's coming from there.
Right, considered the easiest boss in the entire game. Let's hope I don't die, as rusty as I may be. I wanted that to hit. Hit. Kinda. Could have dodged. Don't remember that attack. I don't know the timing for it. Can't remember. Let's take it slower a bit. Let's get this off. I remember that. Okay. That's annoying. I tried to dodge. I ate that. Okay.
So you're finally dead. It's our turn now.
The easiest boss in the game, ladies and gentlemen. I did Viper first try, coming back to the game 15 minutes in, and then I got my ass handed to me by Volbano and now Aratra. I'm being very aggressive. Should probably pack it in. Couldn't dodge in time. Should be able to block. Get one of these. Oh yeah, forgot the arms. How could I forget? There's one of these. I did bring that. And that. Spam block. Too early. I got away with it though. I thought I'd have broke it by now. Come on. Knock it. I just hit it. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that too. I don't remember. Oh yeah. Boom!
The blacksmith.
Okay, had to lock in for a second because of how much that embarrassed me on the first run. But let's go back to these comments in the chat real quick. Avowed wasn't a good game. Subjective. There are very good bits about the game that I really liked, but overall it overstayed its welcome. It didn't have enough depth where it mattered. Considering what it came from, it should have just been Path of Exiles 3, and not what it was. Was it Path of Exiles? Or am I getting it confused with another franchise that's very similar? Regardless, it shouldn't have been what it was, and yeah, it did flop. It wasn't all that great. What else have we got? What video editing program you used? How did you learn? I used CapCut. Okay, so here's the thing. Since being quite young, I'd say around... I'm in my 30s now. I'm not going to tell you my exact age. But I'm in my 30s now. So when I was a teenager, around 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19... I spent a lot of time on Flash, making Flash animations. I spent a lot of time on like a cracked version of Photoshop. I spent a lot of time just dabbling into all these different little things. So I wouldn't be able to like load up one of these programs in front of you and kind of give you a tutorial on how to use the program. But what I could do is show you how to do a select few things that serve the purpose for what I needed them for. So through having done that, I know kind of what frames are. I know how to deal with frames. I know what keyframes are. I know how to move clips around on a video editor, how to make audio louder or quieter, how to drown it out. I know a few things. And then when it comes to here's how I learn. I downloaded the program. I booted up CapCut. I didn't know a single thing about how to use it or where I was going around it or what I was doing. So the best thing you can do is just have an idea, right? At the time, I was convinced that my idea was going to be a video that I'm going to put on YouTube and it's hopefully going to make me loads of views. It was a video and I did put it on YouTube, but it never made all that many views, right? But because I was so convinced of it at the time, I had like a motive and I was really motivated with that motive. It gave me drive and passion. So when it comes to making the video, beyond the basics of like how to drag a clip in and cut it up and select the bit that I want to keep it and all of that stuff, when it came to like, oh, I want to include this text over the top, that was maybe like an hour and a half long endeavor, because I'd go through like the text part of the software and I'd just play around with it and I'd fiddle around and I'd play with things and I'd figure it out as I went, and then I'd try something, and that's basically as I've learned forevermore. I'll be making a video to put on the channel for you folks, and I'll be like, oh, what if I had the text do this? And then through that endeavor of being like that idea of what if I were to do this, I'll learn something along the way, because I'll usually pursue trying to do that. I'll figure it out, and then I've kind of learned a little bit more, and that's basically how I've learned to do everything I've done thus far. And then for very specific things, just learn the basics, learn how to do things, repeat them over and over, and just keep making things, so you get better at it and you get quicker at it. And then as you have new ideas, just chip a little bit off the block each time. Have like an idea for this, learn that idea, carry on. Have a new idea, learn that idea, carry on. And then before you know it, a year, for me it's been like 14, 15 months, and I'm now at the point where I'm very average and I'm very basic in the grand scheme of things, but I've never had to pay for a course, I've never had to go study, I've never had to do any of that stuff. I've managed to kind of learn on the go just by taking it kind of one bite-size piece at a time. So the best thing I can advise is just download the video editing software, get some footage, whatever it may be. For me, it was easy. I was like, I'm going to make gaming videos for Elden Ring because I have all of this footage of me being quite good in PvP in the grand scheme of things. So that was the idea. That's how it came about. That was just kind of where I first started. But I was terrible. I was terrible when I first started editing videos. I didn't know what I was doing. But that's how you're going to learn. That's a huge tangent on video editing, so we're going to come off that. No one's here to listen to that, so I apologise, folks. But that is essentially it. Back to the stream, which we are unfortunately coming towards the end of. I'm not too sure when I first started. Let me have a look. Let me check some of these stats. 6:10. Yeah, we'll wrap things up between now and 8:30. Yeah, we'll get around to them in a minute. I just realised I've had loads of notifications, a bunch of different things come through. Another thing with streaming, just it takes complete concentration. I don't know how anyone else does anything along the way.
General, strange. He said he's near Fra.
If they're streaming for like 6, 7, 8 hours a day, how do they get anything else done? We picked up the quest. We don't need to hit any inventories, any shops, or the blacksmith or anything along those lines. We're already built. We're very capable of doing what we're doing. We've cleaned up on 3 bosses on this stream so far. Just kind of blasting through the levels as quick as we can. We have side quests for Prowl Village, Spider's Tomb, which we need to go and complete if we want. Do we? I think we might. No, we don't. We only need to do that if we want the blacksmith, but we already have the blacksmith because it's New Game Plus, so we can bypass that and we can just go straight into the next region, which I think I'd rather do. I'm going to boot into this, and in the meantime, I'm very quickly going to run to the toilet, and I'll be back very quick, folks. Thank you. Right. I have returned. Okay, I'm thinking we make this just the last mission. Instead of running it to a certain time, I'm just going to run through this level right here. And then once we're done, we're done. Can't remember who the boss is. Hey, it's Zawami. Sorry, brother. I haven't been paying attention to the chat nearly as much as a streamer should. A little bit out of breath running around just all of that. Whew. Get my breath back very quickly. To all newcomers on the stream, just to let you know very quickly, we are doing a Berserker box and Deluxe edition giveaway of Khazan. To enter, you need to comment Merry Christmas on this stream below. But to be honest, I think everyone who has commented, regardless, will be thrown in anyway. There isn't that many of you. Outside of that, you can go to the video that's linked in the description of this stream. And comment there if you would like, if you would definitely like to secure a position. But I promise you, if you've commented or interacted with this stream, then I'll be throwing you in. Anyway, would also be preferable that you do subscribe to the channel. I can't fact check that too much, but I'm hoping that you do. Winners will be announced between the 1st and 5th of December, so sometime between tomorrow and the 5th. But if I'm being completely honest, it'll probably be, say, like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Because I'm going to take a few days, just taking my time with it to iron everything out. And then sometime around the 5th, we'll do a live stream. I'll have a wheel. Everyone will have a number. All the numbers will be on the wheel. We'll spin the wheel, and there'll be 3 winners. First place will get the Deluxe edition of Khazan for any platform or region that you need it, as well as the Berserker box, which is a unique box that Nexon are giving away. If you want more details on that, just watch the video that's linked in the description of this stream. And then the 2nd and 3rd place prizes for the Khazan giveaway that I'm doing will be just 2 standard editions of Khazan. So 1 for 2nd place, 1 for 3rd place. So if you want to enter in, just go ahead and comment on this stream or comment Merry Christmas on the video that is in the description of this stream below.
If I'd been, I'm still general. What makes someone a hero?
We're going to select anything here. Yeah, and as for this stream, we are streaming for just over 2 hours, as Nexon have asked us to do so, and in doing so, I'll be giving that box by Nexon to give away to one of you folks for the competition that I just mentioned a minute ago. We started the stream just after 6. It is now just gone 8. We've done the 2 hours, so we've just gone into this mission. And because the stream has gone way better than I expected it to go, we are going to run this through right to the very end. On the topic of streaming, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do from here. I might pick it up and put it on the channel, but then it becomes a question of how often do we do it? Do we do it once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week? And then if so, how long do I do it for? And then all the time that I spend streaming is otherwise time taken away from all the other stuff that I need to do. As much as I'd love to spend... Jesus Christ, they hit hard. As much as I'd love to spend all day, every day working on the channel, gaming, making videos, obviously I have a lot of responsibilities outside of just this channel that I need to keep on top of and up with. So, as simple as it sounds to be like, oh, take away, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 hours a week and just stream instead. Because the numbers will still be there, it will still pick up some of the slack that you're creating through not putting out as many videos. Like, it's not like those 10 hours are just gone. Like, the streams will still bring in views, it will still bring in subscribers, maybe less so, at least to begin with, but there is like a little bit of a trade-off there. But it's ultimately just how much it takes away from making videos. I missed something, we need to go up there. If it didn't take away from making videos as much, then I could probably get away with it more. But I don't know how to incorporate... Oh, My bad. I thought it was over on this ledge here. Yeah, if I'm struggling on a way of taking all the time, energy, and effort that we'd put into streaming and using it to help the endeavor of making videos along the way. If we can figure that out, I'll stream a lot more. But if I can't, then until the channel is much bigger, I just have to keep making videos the way that I've been doing things. A lot of channels that stream and become successful streamers, they start by streaming, and maybe they make videos as like a byproduct of that. Like I know I talk to a fair few different streamers at the minute, and I'm kind of like, I'm like the only one in the whole circle that doesn't stream. But then when it comes to like video stats and stuff, I do very well. I'm doing well enough in the grand scheme of things for how big the channel is and from where I've came from and everything else there, but there's just a bunch of variables. It takes away from my time. I never built the channel on streaming, so it's going to take even longer to gain traction with it should I ever want to do it. I also don't know what it's going to do to my algorithm. So one thing that's never really spoken about by content creators is, like, for instance, if I make like a Khazan video just out of nowhere, having never made a Khazan video before, the YouTube algorithm for like how it treats me as a content creator, it doesn't really it's not really prepared for like my first ever Khazan video, right? So when I put that video out, they will it would take like 2-3 days for the video to really show you what it's actually, how it's going to actually perform. I've noticed it with pretty much every single new franchise that I've tried to dive into. First handful of videos that I put out for them are always kind of the worst performing for the first couple of days, and it kind of feels just like it's whilst YouTube tries to figure out what it needs to do with you, and then the more you keep making videos for that content, the more it kind of figures out, oh, okay, we're going to show your videos to these kind of people, because they've been playing a lot of Souls-like and or putting a lot of YouTube searches in for Khazan just recently and things to that effect. But then there's other variables where like the size of your channel matters, how many people, like your sub count to half an extent correlates to how many views you're going to get when you put a video out. And then how many views that video gains within X amount of time based on how many impressions it's had and all these other different little variables all determines how long it will stay relevant. And obviously diving into all of this with the videos and stuff, it's basically everything that I've learned about YouTube for the past year. And streamers is just a complete different beast. The algorithm that I've built up is kind of single player Souls-likey. Khazan does well, Wu Chang did well. Anything Souls-likey on the channel, inherently YouTube kind of goes, oh, okay, yeah, we know you for that content, so we're kind of more comfortable pushing that content out for you, Waved. We know just the people to send it to, basically. But then when I throw something crazy into the mix, like Arc Raiders, for example, it was a little bit more touch and go, and has been more touch and go whilst making content, because I feel as a creator, YouTube just wasn't prepared for it enough. And then you get kind of, I see some channels have kind of bottlenecked themselves into certain content, like maybe specific games or genres, and one thing I wanted to be very careful of is not becoming like a Souls-like channel, because as much as I don't mind that, it's not what I want to do forever, right? I don't want to sit here day in, day out playing Souls-like after Souls-like after Souls-like, making guides and videos. I want a variety. And I do enjoy playing a different variety of games as well. So it is very much... If I'm going to do this long term, I need to be smart. And I need to make sure I'm making the right decisions along the way that are going to like structure things as we go. So that's why I've branched out into like loads of many different games at the minute. Hoping to just build traction with YouTube and gain a bit of a viewer base in all these different areas. And the whole point of me saying all of that is... I think streaming will mess with that algorithm massively. I think if I was to just randomly start streaming a couple of times a week, it might just crap a brick and go, what are we doing with you, man? Like, especially if I'm not consistent with it as well. So I think if I'm going to do it, then I need to be like committed to doing it, because if I mess around the algorithm to even a small extent, I will pay for it in terms of less views and things to that effect. So, yes, this is New Game Plus. I don't know if I should stream or not, because maybe streaming will just be me playing games lazily whilst I rant about things or go on tangents like I have been for the past, I don't know, 10-15 minutes now, maybe less. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe people want to listen to that, but I don't certainly think they do. I certainly don't think they do. Rather. But maybe. I don't know. Maybe I could just play games and for the most part be a little bit quiet along the way. Or not all that entertaining, and people might just tune in anyway. But I feel like if I'm going to stream, I have to make the effort to be entertaining. And I'm not entirely 100% certain on how to do that. Or if I want to do that constantly for hours on end. I don't know. This is how I brainstorm, actually, folks. This is what I do. I get like a buddy or someone that I know, and I just kind of go on a tangent about things and kind of figure it out at the time. And that's slowly what I'm doing now. I'm thinking maybe I just stream and do what I want, and if people come and watch, then people come and watch. And if they don't, then nothing ventured, nothing gained. But again, it just comes down to how much time that's going to take up and whether I can really afford to do it. At least while the channel's still small and not exactly 100% where I want it. We'll see. You might get inspired by your viewers because it's more interaction. Sorry, I don't know if I confirmed Aragorn. It is New Game Plus, yeah. I know I got carried away. Gaming is oversaturated. No, I never said that. I don't think I said that. Did I say something to that effect? I can't remember. I'm trying to figure that out. What did I say that might have been similar to that?
How could you be so cruel to an old man?
I don't know. You lost me to deep thought for a moment there. I can't remember. Let me focus up. I would really like to... There we go. Hit him with one of these. Oh, he's done. Nice. Oh, no. I don't think so. Wait, gaming or Souls-likes? The Souls-likes being oversaturated was has been a topic of conversation for this year that I somewhat agree with, kind of, a little bit. I mean, Souls-likes being oversaturated, it isn't a bad thing if the game itself is good. Like, in my opinion, Khazan or Wu Chang, and a lot of people say Stellar Blade, although I've never played it. But then you get a lot of more hit and miss ones, like Lords of the Fallen 2 is very controversial. A lot of people really rave about it. A lot of people really rave about how good it's gotten. But there's also a lot of people that say it's complete trash. And I haven't played it enough to have an opinion, so I can't comment on it, but I've certainly heard what other people have said. Have I been hit? No, I haven't. Good. Nice and easy. Try not to miss anything along the way, but this place is a little bit more of a maze than the previous levels. I think there's something down there that I probably haven't picked up along the way. Not sure. Is this a shortcut? No, it's not. This is the way forward. Let me just double check. No, I don't think gaming's oversaturated. It's been like an absolute fantastic year for gaming. I grew up on Final Fantasy VII, so Expedition 33 coming out this year has been an absolute delight. Especially with like how the world map's handled. Just lots of kind of felt like lots of homage to the old Final Fantasy games in Expedition 33, so that was really good. We had Khazan, Wu Chang in the same year, which I've absolutely loved as far as Souls-likes go. At the end of the year, we've had Where Winds Meet, which I'm over the moon with, to be honest. It's really fun. I'm having a great old time on it. The problem is I just haven't got enough time. I'm trying to make all these videos. I've had to do this stream today. I'm trying to play Ark Raiders at the same time. I've got a few other things in the works that I haven't even announced up until now. I'm just busy, busy, busy every day. If I'm not making a thumbnail, I'm doing a video. If I'm not making a video, I'm writing a script. If I'm not writing a script, I'm planning something. And the whole time I'm not in the office working, I'm constantly just thinking about the channel, thinking about what to do next, thinking about the next video, or whatever it may be. It has fully 110% taken over my entire life. As it should. And I think I'm on track. Right, yeah. We have done everything, and I've got to go all the way back to the bit that I ignored. Go down the ladder and then continue forward. And I can't remember what the boss is for this area, but I've got a good idea on who I think it is. And this stream might end up running a little bit longer than I thought it would. Because we're not ending it until he's dead. And we'll see how we go. Like 16 concurrent viewers on this stream at the minute. And all it is average Khazan gameplay. And me going on tangents about just unimportant stuff. So, don't know what to make of that. What I use with that information moving forward. But it is a fact. The best thing about the stream so far is definitely how many people have turned out. Definitely the average view duration as well. It's nearly on 8 minutes. The average person has sat around for 8 minutes to listen to me. Which is a wild concept. Truly mind-blowing. I can't even get people that like me in the physical world to listen to me for 8 minutes straight, so I don't know. Yeah, best thing about this stream is definitely the turnout. Second best thing has been, for me personally, holding myself together playing this game. I thought I'd be incredibly rusty. I thought I'd get my ass absolutely handed to me. I thought I was going to get mullered by the bosses a lot quicker than it did, but we did Viper first time. After picking up Khazan for the first time in, say, I want to say realistically 4 or 5 months. I can't even remember the buttons. But then, in all fairness, I did play a lot more than the average Joe. Purely just because of how many videos I made. For some reason, I've kind of like gotten rid of this mindset now, but throughout the entirety of me making news videos, I felt compelled to kind of keep playing the game, keep on top of it, stay locked in. Like, instead of losing focus and not playing Khazan for months on end while still making news videos, I always tried to kind of keep it fresh. Kind of jump on every couple of days and just play for a tiny little bit. Or something to that effect. Which became completely unbearable after a while, to be honest, but I did it for a bit. So, despite not being very exceptional at the game, just, what's the word for it? Just very capable is a better word, which doesn't necessarily mean good. I already know I can't go through there. I already know the way. I don't even know why I'm bothering to check. Let's go kill these guys down here. And then we have to circle all the way around here for the key. Nothing there. Nope, they didn't drop anything. Not down there, that leads back to the start. Kill this guy over here. Then one of these, and then swing with one of these, and then one of these. Hit with one of these. Oh, we dodged. There we go. When does Phantom Blade 0 drop? Can someone do a quick Google search and then put it in chat for me? A couple of days before Where Winds Meet released, I went out and bought myself a PlayStation 5. And I'm grossed out now because they're obviously being advertised in the Black Friday sales for like almost half the price of what I spent. But I wanted to jump on Where Winds Meet for launch, so I paid full price. Which I kind of regret a little bit, but I guess in the grand scheme of things I don't all that much. But I now have like a PC that will play almost any game, not exceptionally well, but it will run them. And then I've got an Xbox and a PlayStation to prioritize certain titles for footage and things to that effect. So we're no longer restricted on platforms. Which way am I going? Oh yeah, got to go open this gate now. Here we go. So in the past where I've had to ignore certain games because I don't know, I mean I could always play on my PC, right, but if I'm making guides and news videos, even if it's just backroll footage in the background of the video for people to just kind of be there as I'm having messages and stuff pop up on screen, I still want it to look good quality wise. So, until the channel is big enough where I can invest more money into a much better PC or two for like gaming and recording, because right now I kind of have to commit everything to just the video editing software side of things, making sure that my PC is correctly spec'd for all of that. But until we can get into until we get a better PC, we can run games a bit better on there. I prioritise picking up a PlayStation 5, so we're no longer like locked out of exclusives anymore. So as I was saying, in the past, like Lost Souls aside, I couldn't really get stuck in on that because I looked at the gameplay. I kind of thought my PC is going to struggle with this in places. And I didn't have a PlayStation 5 at the time, so I just abandoned trying to cover it to any extent on the channel. Just put my efforts into other things along the way instead. I think that was around the same time as Wu Chang. I think Lost Souls Aside came out just before. Or it might have been just after that, but I think it was before. That's the way we came through. Was here. Is this a dead end? Is this a... I did forget about it, it just looks suspicious. Here we go. Very nice. And then down here is where we go. Ah, just remembered. Oh. This will glow when we're near... I can't do this, can I? No. This will glow when we're near secrets. Which I thought it was doing a minute ago, but... I don't remember. Well, that's what I couldn't open just a second ago. This leads back, if I'm not mistaken. I think I am mistaken. I am mistaken. Gotta go back this way. Through here? We came from this way, I know that much. Okay. Open the shortcut. Nothing down there. Okay, we do have to go through here. I might have missed something along the way, but I'm conscious of the time. I was going to wrap this stream up in my head before I started streaming. I was going to wrap this up before 8:30 or no longer, or no later than. We are now 20 to 9 and still going. So I'm going to try and push it to the boss and defeat the boss. Oh, these guys. Is it dead? I can't tell. Yeah, it is. Nice. Yeah, I've got a feeling I know who the boss is, but I feel like he shouldn't be coming this early. So I might be wrong, might be right, I'm not sure. This, if, oh. I thought that was calling down some kind of elevator. I feel like this is a shortcut. Ooh. No. We will drop down. I'm just going to vet what's this way real quick. Damn it. What lantern is this? All lanterns, gotcha. Okay. Forgot we had it. I just realised, like, the undead enemies, I'm not forced to kill them to any extent once they've already died. And I thought I had that specific lantern on. I don't think it was the one that shows secrets, but this just does what every lantern does. All in one. Which, I can't remember how you get it. I think you've got to complete the game. I might be a little bit off, but it's definitely some end game related feat. Yeah, well, we've missed one so far. I know there's one gate I'm yet to open, unless it leads through. Oh, this might be it here. This was the elevator I thought we were going to a minute ago. My game of the year is would be Khazan, dude. It's not going to win, unfortunately, purely just because of how popular some other franchises have been this year. But, and now we're back at the start. So if I wanted to, I could heal up here, but I'm not going to. We're just going to go progress. I think there'll be a rest point before the boss anyway. But outside of Khazan, if I have to take like one of the big contenders that I've actually played this year that I'd vote for, like the ones actually being considered, it would be Expedition 33.
I don't want to fight.
Grew up on Final Fantasy 7 and turn-based strategy games in general.
The Lord of the Knives Vale
Art style,
You don't know.
the voice acting, the story, the characters, the combat, the world design. Pretty much every single aspect of that game knocks it out of the park. Replayability, depth, like the build customization and variety and stuff as well. Just phenomenal through and through. Really bizarre story in the grand scheme of things, but kind of framed in such a way where everyone can kind of get it, which is nice. Are we burning? I think we are. I think I'm about to die. Why is it not? Oh yeah, we're burning slowly. Cheeky. Just wanted to focus for a moment before I made a fool of myself. Fallen to my death on such a simple platforming section. Let's see. Fellas. I am absolutely starving, which is something I hadn't considered. Lantern never used to behave like this. I don't know if this is the new Lantern on it discovering. Yeah, that was just telling me there was an item there. Now I've picked it up, it stopped doing it. Gotcha. The old Lantern just used to glow like really bright when you got close to something. Oh, wrong way. Whoa. No way. There you go, folks. Doesn't matter what build you've got, you can always get kicked off the edge. Wrong way. That is the only problem with being, like, going for a lazy build through one of these games is if you don't lock in, you'll get caught out by things like that. Good thing about Khazan is, for all of its faults, and for as many areas as it has where you do have to platform, it's not that often you come across, like, really big, thrashing, aggressive enemies whilst you're right next to an edge that you can very easily fall off. Doesn't happen all that often, which is nice. He's dead. Put down here. He fell off and so did I. Jesus Christ. Okay. Right, so what happened there is I was trying to turn the camera around for the guy behind me so I could lock onto him. And as I clicked to lock onto him, I then pushed the left stick forward to walk towards him. But he wasn't there. I think he got hit by my attack and fell off already. So the prompt to lock onto him with right stick, that would have spun me around, so as I pushed forward, I would have walked this way. It didn't lock on, so I just walked off the edge instead. That's why, seemingly for no reason, I just threw myself off the edge there. That is a problem with being too comfortable for the game. Because instinctively I will use right stick to turn around like this very quickly. Like I'll spin the camera out and just tag for the nearest enemy that I can, and then start throwing attacks that way. It usually works quite well. Only not when you're platforming right next to an edge and there's no enemy to lock on behind you. Do that and not move. How about that? I should have dealt with him first. This is annoying. That's fine. Okay. For someone who is starving and trying to rush us along so we can go eat and end the stream. Certainly could do is speeding this up a bit. Here we go. Right, we're back to where we need to be. Do not throw yourself off that edge. There we go. There's no way this is the boss that I think it is. But then I can't think for the life of me what boss this actually is. I'm confident on this mission they're going to throw me up against one of the main bosses. But if it's... Oh, maybe... Maybe I do know which boss this is. Yeah, I do. Oh, okay. I don't know if we're doing this boss before the stream ends, folks. Well, before the stream ends, rather. He hits like a truck, so we're going to do this a couple of times and see how this goes. And if he's hitting too hard and it looks like I really need to lock in for it, I might just get off because I am starving. But, we'll see how we go. That's not a good start. Can't remember his combo at all. Oh, I remember. Okay, remember a little bit. Remember, dodge that. Don't let that hit you. If you keep getting him to do this and dodging it, you can get him to exhaust his stamina. Not if you do that though and just completely waste your opportunity. Yeah, opportunity gone. There we go, we got a stagger. No, we didn't. Never mind. Can I block it? Yeah. Maybe just let him volley, I'm not sure. Can't remember his moveset all that much. Come on, dude. Can't seem to keep him staggered for longer than... Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Come on. No, dodge that. That's a grab. Do you have a second phase? I messed up. I thought I could take advantage right at the end, but he can't. I don't know if he does have a second phase. I think this might just be it. Okay. Ah, we're on fire. We might die here. Gotta dodge this. Nope. Yeah, it's my own fault for not equipping the items to get rid of the fire. I forgot about it. Well, I didn't forget about it. I knew full well who we were going into fight. Couldn't remember his name, Rankus. But I completely forgot to put this on. Yeah, it's fire. Anything we can do to... I don't really care. I don't really care for it. Greatsword is like the worst weapon to use elementals with. Well, elemental damage with your weapon. Because the elemental damage is procced by how much you hit the enemy. Well, how often. How many times you hit. So, I know it's important to dodge that. Not dodge that, but hit that. I need to get this off. And I keep forgetting to do it. There we go. Okay. Let's do this. Wrong button again. Okay. Just dodge then. Wow. And then if we go... Don't fail me, please. Yeah, wrong ability. I went for that, right trigger and Y. I was meant to go right bumper and B. This is the rust showing itself. Missed that. Thought you'd I might just reset this fight, one sec. So what I need to do is get one of these off, right? So then I can keep my momentum up when I'm now charging my attacks with pretty much everything else that I do. And through doing so, I can keep him completely locked in on this. And he just simply... Okay, I let him out then by accident. But he just can't get out. So I just need to keep that going and going and going and going. Don't know if I should be blocking that or not. Okay. I did try blocking. Just not getting it in time. I know exactly what I need to do. I'm just not chaining it together as smooth as I should be. That's what's really holding me back the most in this fight. See, right then it would have been nice to have... One sec, let me get ready for this. Oh, you didn't do it. So if we can capitalise on... No, see, you just right. But we got that, that's good. It gets us a nice bit of fury back, so if we can get one of these out on him, and then we get one of these, and chain up some more attacks during, get one of these big charged heavy over the heads, and then try and get the... Yep, we got the B. And then dash over. We lost all momentum, but we just dodge for now. Can't remember for the life of me. Yeah, don't get hit by them. They will wreck you. I know that much. Don't even try and block them. There he runs. We get rid of... Ready for that. Okay, I think I'm dead. Yeah. So... It's not a tough fight. Well, it is. But it's just getting the... He's got like one or two things about him that you just need to be prepared for. And ready to deal with appropriately. Like that attack for a start. I think I've lost all momentum here. One sec, I'm going to try and get some back. I haven't got enough stamina. Oh well. Lost it. Trying to conserve stamina for a minute. Nope, doesn't matter, he's gone. What I've got to do is just not mess up on the opportunities that I'm given. Which is easier said than done. Dodge that. Yeah, do one more. Dodge this. Heal. I'm going all out to see if I can't. No, I need to take a hit. Right, now I think I've got him. I think I've got him banged to rights. His stamina's gone. There's no getting out of this. He takes the full brunt of everything coming his way right now. I am starving. We're taking full advantage of the Phantom. Ah, it's gonna hurt. Come on, get him, get him. No, as if we just lost it. Where's he coming? Come on. Nah, just haven't got the stamina. Yes. Get some stamina up. Get this. Oh, I've run out of fury. I've just lost it. As if that missed, that might have been it. I'm not going to rush. There we go. Now I can go eat. He didn't pull out some of his more flashy attacks towards the end there, which I'm pretty grateful for. And I did an absolute terrible job manipulating his stamina bar and taking full advantage of it. If I'd been locked in on, not to say like, oh, if I was doing this, I'd be way better as a gamer. It's not that. It's just, if I was more playing the game more often, then what you can actually really do is just take full advantage of him using up his own stamina. Cut the gap as quick as you can. I've got a couple of abilities to do so too. If you do that, you can just kind of, whenever they run their own stamina down, you can cut the gap, drain the last little bit, and then just get off a big damage window for free, basically. And, yeah, as well as there being like one or two things that the bosses do that you kind of need to know about and learn so you can prepare and adapt and then deal with them as and when they come. And then between kind of a combination of that and just kind of holding your own in the actual fight, that's how you do it, right? But yeah, that was a good example there of how not to manipulate boss stamina bars. The white stamina bars, that is, anyway. Right, we're going to move to the crevice. I'm going to wrap this up over the next minute or so, folks, and then we're going to end the stream. So, for the final time during this stream, there is a... I'm all over the place, I am, man. I am a mess. I don't know how we've got 14 concurrent viewers. I don't know how we've got an average view duration of nearly 10 minutes. But we have. Thank you all very, very much. Right. We'll try again. Competition ends today. Your last chance to take part is either to comment Merry Christmas in this video, in this stream, sorry, or go to the video that's linked in the description of this stream and comment Merry Christmas there instead. Doing so will enter you into a prize draw. Between the 1st and the 5th of December, I'll be drawing a winner, but to be completely honest with you, it'll probably be sometime more around the 3rd, 4th or 5th, giving me the first couple of days to basically prepare for it all. On around the 5th of December, I'll be holding a little 10-minute live stream or so. I'll be drawing 3 winners. The first 2 winners will get a standard edition of Khazan. Region and platform can all be worked out for the individual winner, so don't worry about it being kind of locked to Steam, but you own an Xbox or whatever it may be. Same goes for region. And then the number 1 winner, which will be drawn last, they will win a deluxe edition version of Khazan. Same applies for region and platform, and they will also win a unique Berserker box, courtesy of, I guess, myself / Nexon, which is very nice. If you'd like to know more about the Berserker box or the competition giveaway that I am having, I don't know what to call it, then go to the video that's linked in the stream below, or just find my most recent Khazan video on the channel, and you'll find all of the information there. Otherwise, in order to acquire said Berserker box, I had to do a 2-hour minimum stream for Khazan between the 20th and the 30th, and as you can see, it's right in character for me to do it on the 30th, right last minute. It is now, pardon me, it is now done. The stream went a lot better than I thought it would. I might start streaming maybe once or twice a week moving forward. I'm not entirely too certain, but we'll see how we get on. Thank you very much for tuning in, folks. I'll see you in a few days for the Khazan giveaway. I'll be back in the very near future with more Khazan videos, and likewise with Arc Raiders, Where Winds Meet, and a handful of other videos on the game. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for tuning into the first stream. Thank you very much for bearing with me, and thank you very much to all new viewers. I'm not gonna harp on. I'm just gonna end it there, really. Yeah. Have a good one, folks. Peace.